Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and you're not going crazy just yet. I just wanted to encourage you guys with something I've been learning in my quiet time over the past couple weeks, and that is what worship is and how it's important to us. So let's start by explaining what worship is. It's defined as the showing of reverence or adoration towards God. So now that we know that worship is how we show respect and adoration towards God, let's look and talk about why and how we worship. So, in Psalms 95, verses 1 through 3, I'm going to read it. It says, "O come let us sing to the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise to him with songs of praise. For the Lord is a great God and a king above all kings." So in these verses alone, we see two reasons why God is worthy and deserving of our worship. Number one, he's the rock of our salvation. So I've always thought this was kind of like a weird term, like rock. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me, like why they'd use the word rock. I don't know, it's kind of weird, just a rock. But I looked it up, and there's always like a deeper meaning. So, let me see, I looked it up, this is what it says. In biblical times, the Israelites especially found themselves hiding in rocky caves from their enemies, and an example of this is found in 1 Samuel 13 when Saul is leading the Israelites against the Philistines. So these rocky areas were seen as a safe place, and rocky areas were also ideal places to build protective city fortresses that would protect them from the enemy and protect them from harm. So the term rock of our salvation resonated with the people of this time because it means that he is our safe place and our protective savior. So the second reason why he's worthy of our worship is because he's a great God. That's what it says in the verse. So he's a great God and a king above all gods. So this one's kind of more obvious as to what it means. But we worship God because he's great. He's great to us. He's great to everyone. And even in the midst of like bad times like this, there's still things he's working for our good. He's always working for our good. And we worship him because he is above all other gods. And that means anything from like Buddha to Muhammad to sports or your friends or your phone. He's above anything that we place above him in our lives as other gods. So we worship him because he is our refuge, our safe place, our great God, our maker, and our king. Those are the things we find in the verse. So now we know why we worship. So next is how. Here are 3 ways Psalms 95, 1 through 3 tell us how to worship. So number 1 was singing to the Lord. The first verse says, "Oh come let us sing to the Lord." So that one's kind of obvious because that's what we tend to think of when we think of worship. But I encourage you guys to find a time and a place where you can just get alone and sing to God. It shouldn't be awkward because it's just you and God. There's no one else around. So those of you that can drive, this could be your car. I do that in my car a lot. It could be your car. Those of you that don't drive, it could be just your room or like even in the shower. You worship in the shower. Anytime, any place. Just get alone and worship God. And then just make the words your own and really focus on what they mean. And then if you need help with this, you can check out the NBBC Students Worship playlist. And then the second way we see worship in this verse is coming into his presence. So coming into God's presence. We can do this through quiet time by reading our Bible or by praying to God. And I also encourage you to regularly be praying and reading the Bible because this is how we maintain our relationship with him. And then the third way we see is thanksgiving. So even with all the terrible things happening right now with Corona, I'm sure there's some things in our lives that we can be thankful for and thank God for because like I said, he's always working for our good. So being thankful is also an act of worship. So just keep that in mind. So thank y'all for listening, and I love you guys and hope to see you soon.